Now in this function of organization, we say that we are correlating the activities, we are grouping the activities. The organization chart is one tool in which we represent different activities which are carried out in an institution. Now this is shown in a graphical way. The structure of the organization is represented by a chart which is known as organization chart. Now look at this slide wherein the different departments and the activities or the work which they have to perform is given. So like we have the admission department, examination department, then the department who is responsible for students report, then department responsible for social events, then PTA meeting, curriculum development, co-curricular activities. Now we have teachers with us. Mathematics broadly they are grouped into the maths, science, Hindi, English and social studies. Now supposing if it is a school and they want to take up the teachers for admission, then they may take a Hindi teacher and a social study teachers. So this indicates that these teachers of Hindi and the social study are into the process of admission. It means the education manager will have to take decision regarding restructuring of their timetable. Similarly for the exam work, if only few teachers are involved, then again we will have to think about the activities. No doubt the student reports and curriculum development are the activities which are performed by all teachers, but there are certain activities which are in addition to the regular duties. This organization chart is a graphical representation for the education manager and it helps to restructure. Also, if some new activity is to be carried out, then we can think about that who are the people who we can involve, and therefore this organization chart is considered as very important tool and it is also placed in many education institutions. Now come to the next point, that is importance of organizing process or importance of organization. Here the organization, I don't mean the institution but organization as a function of education management. The first and the most important thing that it facilitates the management processes. We have seen the management processes are many. If the organizing things properly, then it helps not only in the process of planning but also the delegation, also the controlling. It also encourages the growth. The growth means the growth of the institution, because every organization set some goals to achieve in that particular academic year and also in a particular semester and also the month wise. If we are achieving these goals, then we set new goals, and therefore this organizing process help to understand what all activities are carried out in our institution and what other activities or new activities we can take up. The third importance of this process is optimum use of technological improvement. The organizing process is also influenced by the technological advancement or technological improvement. Because now we have started using technology, there are a lot of activities which can be conducted with the help of technology. For example, initially the teachers used to declare their results, and before that they had to enter all the marks in by hand in a particular sheet of paper. But now because of the technology, it is very easy that all teachers, they can share their mark with each other, and with a particular software they can just prepare their result sheet within few hours. So this is happening because of the technology, and if we organize our activities in a proper way, we can actually explore technologies and make use of this technology for the proper and the quick functioning of the institution. The organizing process also encourages human being, because organizing cannot be a rigid. every school or every organization or every enterprise who is working is influenced by the environment. Now it is not the external environment, but it is also human nature which plays important role in deciding the goals. So all institutions, they have their common goal as the development of students, but within that they may have their different goals. And therefore the organizing is a process which encourages human being, because a plan of activities, grouping of activities can be changed because of so many changes which are happening around and influencing the system. The organizing process or grouping of activities can also be changed. This organizing also enhances the creativity. It is said that if you do things and find out something new, then you can change the system. And therefore, when we are grouping the activities, if we can do things in an innovative way, or maybe we can try out combination of new activities, or start thinking of the activities in terms of the resources it requires, the resources it utilizes, then probably it helps to put our activities in a different way, and it is going to help us to achieve the objectives. Let us look into the advantages of organizing process. The first and the most important is it functions as the management tool. Now why it is considered as a management tool? Because it gives us a clear picture of interrelationship of individuals who are working in the organization and who are aiming at the same goal. The second advantage of organizing is avoid the duplication and overlapping of the work. As earlier we have mentioned in grouping the activities, that try to group the activities which are of the similar kind, or try to group the activities which require same sort of resources. Now when we are in the process of organizing, we are aware what all activities are performed by different departments, and again within department what all activities are carried out. This helps us to coordinate activities in a proper fashion, and therefore the duplication can be avoided. The third advantage is that it helps us to solve the organizational conflict. It is observed that in every institution there is a hierarchy, and then everybody's work is nobody's work. So therefore when we are organizing, we are in the process of giving authority to an individual. So once we are giving authority, so we are not only delegating the work, but we are giving freedom along with the responsibility to the concerned person. So people are aware about their own responsibility, the kind of work which they have to carry out, and to whom they are going to report. This clarity helps to avoid the conflict or help to reduce the conflict. In the process of organizing, when we are preparing organization plans or we are preparing organization chart, it gives us the guidelines or it gives us a direction for the training. For example, earlier I mentioned that supposing in a school we have a separate HR department who takes care of teachers' development, that is a professional development. Now this HR department is responsible for organizing the training for the teachers. They need to have a proper guideline for this. So in an organization chart, when lot of activities are mentioned, then we can think about a time slot for a particular group of teachers so that they can send for the training program. So not only this, that it also helps us to take out to make some decisions regarding the changes which we want to brought into the organization. For example, supposing a chart indicates that the students, they have scored very low in mathematics. So the next question arises, what can we do for that? And therefore there can be a training program which can be organized only for the mathematics teacher before the session starts, or maybe we can give some additional inputs to the students through this HR department so that the students can improve. So this is the major role the organization chart can show. As earlier we mentioned that organizing process indicates the lot of activities which are carried out in an institution, and it is reflected in an organization chart. So when the outsider comes, they know the hierarchy, they also know what all activities which are conducted in that particular school or a college or the institution. Now this helps not only the insider but the outsider to understand the structure of the organization, so they know to whom they can approach and their problems can be sorted out, or maybe whatever the information they need, so they can approach to proper people. Coming to the last point of organizing process is a limitations of this process. The first limitation is rigidity. Many times people have rigidity in planning, and also therefore it is reflected in organizing. The rigidity is very individualistic for a particular institution, because if the institution who are not ready to change along with the time, then they become rigid. Sometimes they focused only on the activities to be conducted, and not only to be conducted but to be conducted in only a similar way for which they are used to, and therefore that brings in a rigidity in the process of organizing. Second limitation of organizing is a partial picture. If the organizational charts which are prepared, they may not reflect every activity of the institution, and therefore sometimes it reflects the partial picture of the organization. The third one limitation, that inappropriate authority. Many times in many organizations the work is delegated but the authority is not given. Sometimes some people, they just work on the authority and they forget the work. So therefore sometimes it may happen that the authority which is given is inappropriate. The last one, the psychological pressure. When we are preparing our organization chart and it shows lot of activities, then there are chances that the people who are working in the institution may feel that they have to do so many activities. Many times the institution carry out lot of activities in a parallel fashion. So therefore they don't think of the activities or the number of activities, but once the activities are placed on a chart, it is seen that they have to perform so many activities. So sometimes it is possible that people who are working in the institution may get a pressure, that is a psychological pressure, to perform these activities. As earlier we have mentioned that the organizing is a process. So enjoy identifying the activities which your institution has, try to group the activities, give the authority, delegate the work, and then frame your reporting structure. Now this will help to understand your own organization and the horizontal and vertical structure of your organization, and definitely to achieve your goal. So enjoy the process of organizing as an education manager. Thank you.